Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Sunday, the 7th of August 2022. In today's Millwall news, we will start off with 4 takeaways from Millwall's 2-0 defeat at Sheffield United. This is the piece from London News Online that they do every week. Millwall fell to their first defeat of the new championship season at Bramall Lane. Yeah, we know how it happened, so we're going to skip that. Away day blues continue. It was Mill's inability to pick up results on the road that effectively killed the playoff hopes last year, and unfortunately, those away day blues made an unwelcome return on Saturday. Bramall Lane is probably one of the toughest places going in the Championship, and the Blades are certainly likely to be in the promotion mix come May. So the fact that Mill gifted them the ball time and time again in the first half didn't make the task at hand any easier. In truth, the Lions were the architects of their downfall on Saturday. Sheffield United were good, but Millwall made them look great at times. Fixing Millwall's away form is a non-negotiable if Gary Rowett wants his side to finally gatecrash the playoff party at the end of the season, something Rowett himself has already alluded to. In fairness, the Millwall boss has already spoken about adding extra energy to implement a high pressing approach away from SC16 in a bid to try and improve things. It remains to be seen if that plan will translate into results on the road this term, but unfortunately for the Lions chief, he was without George Honeyman and Tom Bradshaw for the first away clash of the season, arguably two of Millwall's most effective pressers. Millwall will be desperate to make amends at Swansea in 9 days' time in a bid to lay down an early marker in regards to their away form. Cresswell's character check. It's been a rollercoaster week for Cresswell, who was the hero last weekend after producing a 2-goal haul on his debut to down Stoke, but he was brought back down to earth with a bump in Sheffield after his horrendous miscue gifted the Blades their second goal. In fairness to Cresswell, he was far from the only Millwall player who was less than accurate on the ball, as miscued passes became a bit of a theme in an abject first half display, but none was quite as poor as the one he produced in the comfort of his own half to leave the Lions with a mountain to climb. Mistakes are part and parcel of football, and his mishap at Bramall Lane will by no means define his lone stint in the SE16, but the 19-year-old who's played with real swagger against Stoke now has to show the character to bounce back after a less than stellar showing this week. Creativity woes. Mills certainly improved after the break, but there was still a distinct lack of excitement in the final third. Crafting chances has been struggle at times for the Lions, who of course lost their main creative outlet in Jed Wallace this summer. Rowett has made moves to try and replace the wide man's influence, namely in the form of Honeyman and the club's new record signing Zion Fleming. Unfortunately, both were unavailable for the trip to the Blades. It's not exactly a secret that the Lions are still looking to bolster attacking options, but the current tactical shape relies heavily on creativity being produced from whoever is sitting in that number 10 role. It would be unfair to pass proper judgment on Millwall's work in the final third after just 2 matches, particularly as the 2 players the Lions have signed specifically to fill that role were both missing on Saturday. But the lack of clear-cut chances created from open play will only intensify the pressure for the Dutchman to hit the ground running once he returns from an MCL injury. There were enough positive signs against Stoke last weekend to hint that Millwall may have the scope to improve their output this season, even if the majority of the good things we saw last weekend were absent at Bramall Lane. Saville stakes his claim. George Saville has had to adapt to a new deeper role since he's returned to the Den last summer, but the Northern Ireland international was given a chance to make a mark in his preferred advanced role on Saturday, and he certainly made the most of it. The Lions midfielder was head and shoulders above the rest of his teammates in the first half and was everywhere until he was withdrawn in the 81st minute. Saville was on the bench as a midfield three of Honeyman, Billy Mitchell and Jamie Shackleton made a big impression against Stoke last week, but Saville's all-action display will certainly give Rowett food for thought ahead of next weekend's match against Coventry at the Den. So there are your 4 takeaways from the South London Press's piece. Moving on now to some post-match comments from Gary Rowett. This is also from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Gary Rowett's assessment of Mill's 2-0 loss at Sheffield United. Rowett admitted that Mill's first half performance wasn't up to scratch, but was adamant that the Blades opener should have been ruled out for a foul on Cooper. The Lions boss told the club's official website, "When you come to a place like this, we've spoken about matching that work rate we showed against Stoke, playing with the same energy off the ball and showing a little bit of bravery at the right times on the ball. We kept giving the ball away in the first half. But if you keep giving the ball away against a side like Sheffield United, they're going to put you under pressure. You get punished, just like we did against Stoke last weekend. I thought we actually started well. We looked quite composed and energetic in the opening period. My belief is, and I've watched the incident about 10 times, there's a clear foul on Coops for the first goal. That doesn't mean to say that our defenders shouldn't get round on the cover, but it's a clear foul. I'm disappointed the referee didn't see that. I spoke to him afterwards about it, and he said there's a clear directive to allow a bit more physical contact. And I understand that, and I won't argue with that, but I think when it's in those crucial positions, you have to make sure you get it right. It's clear to me that it was a clear foul. And we end up 1-0 down on the back of it, and then 1-0 down at Bramwell Lane for 10 to 15 minutes. They put you under huge pressure. We looked a little bit edgy and nervous after that first goal went in. We then make a mistake for the second goal, which will be a good learning curve for young Cressy, because against Stoke he scored 2 goals and won us the game, and today he makes a mistake. But he's a young defender, and that's what you have to learn. If you make a mistake away from home at these sort of places, you're going to get punished. Sheffield United are a good side, but they didn't have lots and lots of clear chances. We gave them those opportunities and didn't deal with those moments. We then defend terribly for the penalty. You can't allow someone to run off us and come into the box and make a foul. You can't set those levels in the first game and not match them in the second game. I've spoken to the players about consistencies, and we need to be better matched at home than we are away from home. That's a bravery and mentality situation. The Lions improved after the break, but failed to get back into the game or adequately test West Foderingham in the home goal. Rowett added, "Second half was much better. We spent most of the half with the ball, better energy, better movement. I thought they defended their box really well. It's a disappointing performance, but it's 2 league performances, and as good as the first one was, the first half of the second one was not what we needed, so we have to learn from that." There are your post-match comments from Gary Rowett. So I just wanted to remind you all that tomorrow, or by the time you watch this today, Monday the 8th of August, starting at 10 AM, there will be an open training session at the Den. The doors will open at 10:30 AM with the training session to commence 30 minutes later, so it doesn't actually start till 11. Millwall season ticket holders and members can watch all the action unfold for free in SC16 on production of a valid 22-23 season ticket or membership. Entry will be at gate W1, with the ticket office also open to anyone wishing to sign up and gain access. There will be arts and crafts available inside the concourse, whilst the kiosk will be open for anyone wishing to purchase refreshments. After the session is finished, the players and management will be on hand to sign any merchandise and pose for photos, and if you come empty-handed, do not fear, the Lions store will be open to grab any last-minute purchases. We look forward to seeing you there. So this is tomorrow morning. Just a little reminder to you, and I'm going to remind you as well about this. This is a thing that I found. It's not really Millwall related, it's Hull related. And why am I showing you that? Because we are playing Millwall's under 21s. It's changed to under 21s this season. It's gone from under 23s to under 21s because that's how the Premier League demand it. They pay the bills, so they're telling all the clubs how to arrange their youth teams. It's under 21s. It is Hull City under 21s versus Millwall under 21s at Hull City Stadium, which this season is called the MKM Stadium. I don't know what the actual name of it without a sponsorship is. Does it have a name? But yeah, so just some geezer saying, why don't more fans go to watch our under 21s? Yeah, I don't know, mate. Why not? So he's saying, well, because they literally play at 3 different grounds in 3 different seasons. They played at North Ferriby, they played at York City, they've been all over the place. But here you can go. It is a 7 PM kickoff tomorrow. If you're up that way in the East Riding, maybe pop down there. It doesn't say how much they are. There's nothing on Hull City's website. I don't know if it's saying here that the game is free, but I don't know if it is free. Yeah, I don't know if it's not free. Oh yeah, free entry. Some games are at the MKM Stadium too. And the first one is this week, Monday the 8th of August at 7 p.m. Free entry. So not only are they hosting it at their stadium at 7 p.m, it's free entry. So decent. That's pretty decent, isn't it? With the cost of living crisis and all that stuff. So there you go. If you've never been to Hull to see Mill game, here's your chance. Just got to get there, and you can get in for free. So this weird little story popping up. I'm bringing this up because it's Coventry City now. Why? Because that's our next game. Our next game next weekend is against Coventry City at the Den. They've had them game postponed today, or was it yesterday? No, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. It was postponed on Saturday, but it's supposed to be played on Sunday because the pitch is unsafe. They've had all sorts of stuff on there. They've had rugby 7 matches during the Commonwealth Games, and the pitch is a complete shithole, and they've just covered it in sand to try and fill in gaps and divots. They haven't had anyone, like, when you see them at the Den at half time, when there's a divot, they get on at half time with their forks and stuff, and they find the divots, they put them back in, they tap them in with their feet, and we all we all carry on. That's how it used to be. I don't know how it is with these. They've got this fancy new pitch at the Den now, but so obviously Coventry don't own this ground anymore. It's owned by whoever bought it off the administrators or whatever. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. But I'm bringing it up because obviously we're playing them now. So they haven't played it in a week. They do have their EFL Cup game on Wednesday. That is supposed to be at home as well. Is that going to be postponed as well? We don't know. Yeah. Coventry are scheduled to stage a Carabao Cup game against Bristol City on Wednesday, but no decision has yet been taken on whether or not that will go ahead. So we could face a Coventry team that hasn't played in over a week, or around about a week, or no, around what will come up to 2 weeks. Is that going to be good for us? Is that going to be bad for us? Don't know. They'll be fresher. Obviously, when you play an actual match, it's rough and tumble. You could get some injuries in that, so they obviously don't have to deal with that now. You can get injured in training as well, I guess. But is this circumstances conspiring against us? Don't know. But Coventry, when they come to play us next week, will not have played for 14 days or so. Cosmic. So we're going to move on now to the stats from yesterday's game. We're going to start off with infogoal.net because, as usual, experimental 361's XG timeline isn't up yet, but we can see the XG in the middle here above the red FT, 2.21 for Sheffield United, 0.98 for Millwall. What does that mean? It means the quality of chances created by each team should have garnered 2.21 goals for Sheffield United and 0.98 goals for Millwall. So obviously Sheffield United, bang on. They got 2 goals, roughly 2.21. Bang on with that. We got 0.98, so we should have got 1 goal, but we did not. So we underperformed massively. Here's the match events: the 2 goals early on, Mason Bennett's yellow card just before half time. 2 substitutions for them after 2/3 of the game had gone, and then another one later, and then Gary Rowett just dicking around, not trying to do anything, but just with 10 minutes to go, give him some game time to Isaac Loffey and Tyler Burry. So, and then there's a feast of yellow cards, 3 for them and 1 for us. Obviously the goalkeeper time wasting at the end, got a yellow card for that, so bosh. But what I like about infogol.net, if you have not seen this video before, is the XG shot map. If they load, they haven't loaded. Why have they not loaded? Because I'm not connected to the internet. Isn't that fantastic? My internet has crashed live on the it's come back. Fantastic. Isn't that great? So let's try that again. So here we go. We have, these are all the chances that Sheffield United had. Literally, it looks like a bacterial colony on a what do they call it? Jelly jar. What I forgot the name of it. But here's Millwall chances. Now, to be fair, most of them are in the box, which is good. Fairness rating, was that a fair result based on the chances created? 81.36 out of 100. Yes, it was. I mean, you can see here, look, they had the 3 best chances of the game and they scored from 2 of them. They had the chance there. Oliver Norwood, that was the penalty. So the penalty's got the highest XG of any shot. It's basically a free shot on goal, and he didn't score it, so there you go. And you can see we did defend well at times because we restricted them to snatch at very poor chances, because the smaller the circle, the poorer the chance. And Millwall's attempts on goal, Murray Wallace right at the end, Murray Wallace. So we'll get onto that later. Actually, we'll get onto that now. This is from whoscored.com. Sander Berge, man of the match, 8.1, and the top 5 rated players were all Sheffield United players. This is the match report, and it says Millwall were effective at creating goal scoring opportunities through individual skill. Millwall were poor at finishing, committing a high number of individual errors. Had a large quantity of possession in their opponent's half. Okay, and you can see here 19 attempts to 11. Did we really have 11 attempts on goal? Interesting. So we weren't that far behind. So crazy, but you can see they did have 19 shots. They scored 2 goals. That's only a conversion rate of 10%. So they were really just hammering just hammering at us time and time again. But they only got the 2 goals, and it's only 10% conversion rate. So let's just quickly go through what's going on. So we were going down the right hand side, and they were kind of going down both sides. Shot directions, shot zones, action zones. Again, not a lot going in our away third. Player positions, you can see here they packed 29 and 8 for Sheffield United. Where are the defensive midfielders for Millwall? Charlie Cresswell and Danny McNamara playing pretty much side by side, but you can see here between 5 and 23 and 16 and 8, there's a massive gap in the middle of the park, which is being filled by 29 and 8 and 4 for Sheffield United. Not ideal. Moving on to this from whoscored.com. So again, the match events, we've already seen that, we're not going to get into that. So you can see here the player ratings. If you look at the club badges at the top, you can see 7.06 rating for Sheffield United and a 6.36 for Millwall. So 0.7, that's quite a large differential at this level. It's not normally that big. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something. So Gary Rowett said, and it was quite observable, that we were absolute dog shit in the first half, and we were quite better in the first half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the rating, because what this website, they actually update it live. And why do they do that? Because betting in live is absolutely massive around the world now, and the punter wants to know what's going on so they can be well informed and win some money off these bookmakers. So that's what they do. So the ratings now for the first half: 6.82 for Sheffield United, 5.99 for Millwall. So a massive difference there. 0.83 of a difference. 11 shots to 1. Massively outgunned. Yep. So let's have a look at the second half now and see how that went. So if I move this back to the end and then I'll move this one up to half time, we can get a rating for the second half. And here we go. 6.37 for Millwall, 6.23 for Sheffield United. So yeah, we did play better in the second half, but again, Sheffield United were 2-0 up by then. Did they take the foot off the gas? Now, if their style is gung-ho, let's go and get it, when you 2-0 up, you don't have to do that, so they're not playing to their strengths, and obviously they're not going to get a better score. So let's move it back to as it was and look through some of the numbers. So for Millwall, the highest rated player appears to be Shackleton or Biakowski, because Biakowski obviously saved the penalty. That is a big massive for him. The little thing there, penalty saved. The E is an error led to a goal. That's Cresswell. Under 6, not good for him. Phobie 5.6. What happened to Phobie yesterday? Where was he? Disappeared. Not the best of games for a Phobie. Does a Phobie perform in away games? What did he do in any away games last season? Most of his better stuff happened at Millwall, didn't it? At the Den. So I don't know. Maybe drop a Phobie for away games. I don't know. So here overall, over the 90, it was 19 shots to 11. Look at this. Look at this. Sheffield United. Everybody had a shot for Sheffield United, except for Egan, Brewster, and Fotheringham. Everyone had a shot, except for 3 of the players, and 2 of them were outfield players. Even the subs that come on had shots. Whereas with Millwall, not really. Mario Wallace had 4. Possession-wise, 53 to 47. For us, Billy Mitchell, 7.1% of the time of the match in his possession. Far and away above the most for Millwall. Passing success percentage 75 to 71. Biakowski again way back down to 35, but we've got Saville 83, Billy Mitchell 80, McNamara 82, Malone 59, Afobe 56. Dribbles 6 to 7. So Shackleton obviously got a bit of pace when going on the dribble 4 times. Okay. Aerials 25 to 27. So pretty even. But again, look at Sheffield United. Everyone except for the front 3 winning aerials. Fotheringham won 2 of them. For Millwall, Cresswell 8, Mario Wallace 5, Cooper 4, Bennett 4. Good, that's good up front for Bennett. Tackles 14 to 13. Again, look at Sheffield United. Every player had a tackle except for 2 of their outfield players. Total football from Sheffield United. Everyone having a shot, everyone having a tackle. And for us, George Saville with 4. Corners 3 to 5. Dispossessed 9 to 9. Again, a Phobie with 3 of those. Yeah, so moving on to the list, basically what we've seen, just a little bit more. So apparently we had 11 shots, did we? Oh dear, we had 11 shots apparently. 4 from Mario Wallace, 2 George Saville, 2 Bennett, 1. So that's 11. 1 of those was on target. 1. That is less than 10%. That is less than 10%. You, it's very unlikely that you're going to score if you don't shoot on target. Very, very unlikely. For the ratings for Millwall, so look, Shackleton just ahead of Bart, 6.94 to 6.93. But George Savile 6.73. Now obviously he went off 10 minutes early. If he had that 10 minutes on the pitch, probably would have done enough to get enough to go up and be the man of the match, probably. Afobe 5.57, Cresswell 5.86, and then come the two subs. So they performed at worse over 90 minutes than two players did in 10 minutes. That's not good, is it? That's not good at all. So touches for Millwall, who had the most? Billy Mitchell 74, Danny McNamara 64. Back in the game, Danny McNamara. Then Murray Wallace 62. So as we've seen the offensive. I'm not going to bother with that. Defensive. Tackles. Who had the most tackles? Obviously George Savile, and then 2. Interceptions. Jake Cooper 5. George Savile again 3. Good stuff from George Savile. And then 2. Clearances. It looks like it's Jake Cooper again. Yep, 4. And then Mason Bennett with 2. Interesting stuff. Even Bart getting one of those. Block shots. So you blocking a shot from your opponent. 1. Talking of shots from our opponent, let's see how many they had on target. Is it normal to only have 10%? So they had all these. Apparently it was 19, wasn't it? Remember that? And they had 2, 4, 5, 6. So that's a bit shit as well, is it? 6 out of 19. I guess it's better than what we did, though, isn't it? They had basically double the amount of shots we had, but they had 6 on target, whereas we only had 1. So if we were at the same rate they were, we would have had 3 on target. And they scored 2 goals, so when you look at it like that, they scored two goals from 6 shots on target. So we did defend, but we can't defend all the time when there's 19 shots and 6 of them are on target. Not only that, when you're giving the ball away in the circumstances that you do, and you're jumping up for balls and missing them, and the ball's going through, and you're getting a forearm smash to your face by the attacking player. So let's go on to passing. Who had the most passes? Billy Mitchell by far, 59 to 40. Jay Cooper 40, Murray Wallace 40, Danny McNamara 39. And in terms of passing accuracy, so in 10 minutes, Isaac and Tyler Berry only had 1 pass each, and good, they found that pass to another Millwall player. But we have 83% for George Savile off of 35 passes. That's pretty decent, but look at that, Billy Mitchell star there, 79% off of basically 59 passes. That is very, very good from Billy Mitchell. So crosses and accurate crosses, not the best. 7 and 2 for Danny Mack, 7 and 3 for Scott Malone. Murray Wallace, nope, 3 and 0. So even crosses, accurate crosses, there were only 5 in the game. 5 out of all of these crosses. So what is that there? 14, 17, 21. Only 5. It's 21 crosses, 5 accurate. Just you like the geezer said in the 4 takeaways, just giving the ball away all the time, not passing to another Millwall player. Bart's kicking is back to how it was, 22 and 5. That's atrocious. Cresswell 8 and 3. This is long balls, accurate long balls. Scott Malone, nope, 7 and 1. Danny McNamara 7 and 6. Murray Wallace 7 and 5. Good stuff. And again, that man George Savile 4 and 3. So it seems George Savile was the standout player, but according to the stats, Shackleton and Biakowski take the top 2 places, with Murray Wallace just behind, 6.81. But again, if Saville would have played 90 minutes, he probably would have done enough to get his numbers up by 0.2, and he would have been up there with them. So again, there you go. That is it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.